Hello, good afternoon, my dear students. Welcome to one more amazing session from Sri Chaitanya Academy. Suresh Avari here. How are you? And hope you did well your CBSE examination. So आज हम चर्चा करने वाले हैं पेपर कैसा है and how the questions has come and how it is connected to NCERT and आपको एक क्वेश्चन पेपर से अगले आपको नीट एग्जामिनेशन में कैसे फ़ायदा उठाना है आपको चर्चा करने वाले. How are you all doing? Sri Devi, hello. How is the paper? Paper was awesome, nice, and it's absolutely direct CBSE based questions. Hi Mukherjee, it is lengthy, of course. आपके लिए 3 hours is given ना, आप कर सकते हैं. Right. So this is the question paper and it is presenting directly a PDF format in front of you guys. And I say personally, this paper is moderate. It's not that easy, it's not that difficult. It is absolutely moderate and standard, and CBSE followed absolutely the perfect values to give this examination paper. And if you study in an average mode, definitely you will be getting minimum 50 marks simply by simple efforts. आयुष दुबे सर मॉडरेट पेपर अगर कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर हो गए तो आराम से हो जाएगा. यस, इट इज प्योरली कॉन्सेप्ट ओरिएंटेड एंड देर इज नो क्वेश्चन कम्स इन दैट वे. यू कांट डू इट, राइट? everything is related. Good afternoon. Life is chemistry. Hope you all did your chemistry examination well. And let me just yes, okay. Now, bachcho, let us discuss the question paper, and you tell me in the chat box quickly how the paper went. Okay, life is chemistry, bachcho. Yes, this is some set. It is not one of the paper I collected quickly after completing the examination. One of my student is given, and let it be the set. कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ते. Maximum 2 questions. Okay, right. Aish Dubey, how did you do? Those students who are online, you just make a comment in the chat box like how did you do that, and let us go ahead with various sections and the detailed solutions of this question paper, right? And Sridevi, Mukherjee, yeah. So it is the first question आप करना चाहता हूँ. Which of the following is not correct? So the question is asked in such a way that it is directly like a NEET examination. ऐसे लग रहे. So regarding SN1 reaction follows first order है, सही बात है बेटा. And it favored by the polar protic solvent. अगर polar protic solvent है ना तो SN1 होगा, polar aprotic solvent है ना तो SN2 होगा. ये भी सही बात है. Precedes the formation of carbocation and SN2 में ट्रांजिशन स्टेट फॉर्म होगा, SN1 में कार्बोकैटायन फॉर्म होगा. But results in the inversion of configuration. Actually, this is the option D is supposed to be correct, but the thing is, in SN1 racemization takes place, in SN2 absolute inversion takes place. But here both inversion as well as racemization takes place. So in that सिर्फ inversion का दिया, so he has to write only inversion takes place. But let it be, as far as this question is concerned, option D is correct answer. Dubey. So from now we can start studying 11th chemistry and physics for NEET. Of course, along with 12th as well, you can do Dubey. Now if you see here, dehydration of a tertiary alcohol with copper at 573. It is given in the NCERT. So primary alcohols gives aldehyde, secondary alcohols gives a ketone, tertiary alcohols gives alkene. So I would like to give the answer alkene. Might be you can see this is the one like CH3 and CH3 and CH3 and OH. This is the example it is given when it is heated with the copper 573. Dehydrogenation takes place. जगह नहीं है, मैं यहाँ लिखना चाहता हूँ CH2 डबल बॉन्ड CH3. Actually, there is no surprise. The same question is given in the NEET examination. So one should have a clear-cut picture, and before going for this paper analysis, kal tak mein ek live session mein pucha diya, and here those questions that is there in the CBSE sample paper, you are going to get 2 questions from there. And you can see the coordination number of CO in CO, En twice Cl2. What is En? Ethane 1,2 diamine. 1 En का डेंसिटी 2 होगा, 2 En का डेंसिटी 4 होगा, क्लोरीन का 2 मिला के 6 आ सकता है. सो मेरा ख्याल से ये आंसर 6 होगा, कोऑर्डिनेशन नंबर 6 होता है. एंड let's see here. One more question here. Which of the following d orbitals experiences more repulsion in the crystal field splitting energies? Bacho, here it is pretty simple. You have dxy, dyz, dx square, dzx, x square, y square, just fundamental of crystal field splitting. You are going to have xy, yz, zx will have less repulsion and less energetic, and x square, y square and g square will have more repulsion, and you will be having high energy. So I want to say x square, y square and dg square will have the highest energy because of this more repulsion, right? Now moving ahead, which of the following transition metal shows +1 as well as +2 oxidation state? So the copper is the element can show +1 and +2 oxidation state. आपको जैसे कॉपर सल्फेट है, ओके, कॉपर आयोडाइड है, सो Cu2I2, CuSO4. Moving ahead here, so the boiling point of 1 mole sodium chloride solution, molality is given 1, and you can say delta TB is equal to IKB into molality. Agar sodium chloride is strong electrolyte, because of it's a strong electrolyte, it is going to give I value as 2 and the Kb value is given 0.52. And you can see it is 0.52, molality is 1, so it is 1.04. So 100 से 1.04 होगा, so 101.04. So Kumar, this is some set actually, okay, it is set 1 or no, okay. So आपका कौन सा set है comment box में बता दीजिए. So whenever set is changed, you can see experiencing maybe maximum 2 to 3 questions, right? The correct order of decreasing pKb values. So basic strength increases, Kb value increases, pKb value decreases. So lowest pKb value is the highest basic. Alkyl amines are going to be highest basic here, and aryl amines is going to be lowest basic here. I would like to say this is the option A is the correct one. And consider the following cell, right? Look at this. Consider magnesium is converting into magnesium 2+, anode. Copper 2+ is converted to copper. This is a cathode. So how can we increase the EMF of the cell? So the overall cell, you can see, overall reaction, you can see magnesium is reacting with copper, 2+ gives rise to copper and gives rise to magnesium 2+. So to increase the EMF of the cell, you have to increase the concentration of copper 2+ and you have to decrease the concentration of magnesium 2+. By increasing the only now it is by increasing the copper 2 plus and decreasing the magnesium 2 plus is the only way you can increase the EMF. So the set was easy but moderate and lengthy. Can alpha of dissociation can be more than 2? No, 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 no. When sodium chloride is dissociated, bacho, sodium chloride gives rise sodium plus and Cl minus. I is equal to 2 only if it is 100%, right? Kumar. Now, moving ahead, right. So, when a liquid and its vapor are in equilibrium, the pressure is suddenly decreased. So, what exactly happen when the liquid vapor equilibrium? Look at this. When the liquid vapor equilibrium, this is a liquid and this is a vapor. So, if the vapor pressure is this, right? So, there is an at equilibrium. If you decrease this external vapor pressure, so what happens? Vapor pressure evaporation is, so equilibrium is affected and evaporation happens. So, vapor pressure of the solution increases to, I want to say heating occurs, no, cooling occurs, okay? And each polypeptide in a protein linked to each other via specific sequence of these amino acid and is said to be primary structure. Protein has 4 levels of structure: primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary structure, quaternary structure. Primary structure decides and explains the specific sequence of amino acids linked by peptide linkages. So I want to say it's a primary structure. उसमें secondary structure में आपका hydrogen bonding आ सकते हैं, intermolecular forces आ सकते हैं. Tertiary structure में extensive hydrogen bonding and disulfide bridges, and quaternary structure में protein domains will reunite. Okay. And बच्चों here और एक चीज़ है, very interesting questions are there. Okay. So the rate of the first order reaction is given. When the concentration of the reactant is 0.2, the rate constant is going to be, bachcho, you can see here, rate is equal to K concentration to the power 1. So, K is equal to rate by concentration A. So, rate A could diya 5.6 into 10 to the power minus 4. And the concentration is given as 0.2. Bas itna hi aapka answer, right? Bachcho, how do you feel the examination? Come on. I feel it is, of course, if you have the minimum interest and minimum effort during your preparation, I can say this examination paper is all yours, and the CBSE marks is going to be carry forwarded through you and throughout your life, right? So of course आज से हम कैसे नीट एग्जामिनेशन का स्ट्रैटेजी बना सकता हूँ, ये सवाल है. So you guys prepared NEET examination, very good, nice, fantastic. But because of this CBSE examination, what happened? You just partially stopped your NEET examination. And again you are thinking that अरे NEET examination फिर शुरू से करना है. नहीं बेटा. Now you did your CBSE. So this is the last exam, शायद हो सकता है इसे. And maybe you can have a couple of examinations later. Okay, let it be now. You completed your CBSE textbook. ये बहुत अच्छा चीज़ है. Based on this CBSE examination and NCERT textbook knowledge, the same pace you maintain your rest of the next 2 months is yours for your NEET examination. We are coming. Hi Mahi, 56 to 2. Yes, 56 2 by 2. It is set to 2. And bacho, here I wanted to say it is the best opportunity because you freshly did your CBSE textbook, right? So अगले नीट एग्जामिनेशन के जो पेपर आ सकते हैं ना, एंड दैट इज एब्सोल्युटली फ्रॉम योर एनसीईआरटी टेक्स्ट बुक, उसमें कुछ बार्गेन नेगोशिएशन भी नहीं है. ओके बच्चों, मूविंग अहेड, रेट कांस्टेंट क्या किया, एंड हियर यू कैन सी one more thing here. Benzene diazonium chloride react with phenol is weakly basic medium gives. Arre, what happened? This is your benzene diazonium chloride and N2Cl, and it is going to react with benzene diazo coupling, and एक हाइड्रोजन है ना, ये दोनों मिलके आपका मिलेगा इसी, remember N double bond N, and this is your para hydroxy azobenzene, para hydroxy azobenzene, orange color dye मिलेगा. So my answer for this question is going to be C. I wanted to say this, the 16 marks in the CBSE paper is your NEET examination standards, man. No bargaining in that. Definitely you can see. अरे what happened? सर एक दिन में 500 जरूर पेपर रह जाएगा. अरे हो सकता है ना, एक दिन वन डे बैटिंग भी हो सकता है. कभी नहीं किया क्या वन डे बैटिंग? How many of you did one day batting? You tell me in the chat box. So examination का पहले दिन जो काम किया. Okay, anyways, moving ahead, assertion reasoning. This is the one. Ether. This ether gives, NCERT में दिया, methoxy tertiary butyl, methoxy tertiary butane gives rise tertiary butyl iodide and methanol. And this follows SN1 mechanism, and both statements are correct, and the reason is the correct explanation of assertion, right? And उसमें आता है true false. Yeah, diazonium salts of aromatic amines are less stable than that of aliphatic. No, diazonium salts of aromatic compounds is more stable due to resonance beta, and diazonium salts of aromatic amino undergo resonance. Of course, this is correct. Every line is from the NCERT, it is there. For complex reaction, order of the reaction is given by slowest step, correct one. Order of a reaction is not applicable for the complex reaction. No, complex reaction पे ले सकता. Okay, and Mn2 plus and Mn का value highly negative, because Mn2 plus is highly stable due to the half-filled DF configuration. It is correct. And you know, I strongly said one thing, beta. This is a complex. It is there in the CBSE sample paper. Diamine silver 1, dicyanoargentate 1, and tris ethane 1,2 diamine cobalt 3 sulfate. Right, Mahi? That's great to see. Not every question we can have a discussion. What is the effect of denaturation secondary proteins? Common type of. So these are the phenomenal questions. Explain the following with the help of Henry's law. Bend. And another one is anoxia. So you are on the ground, you are happy. If you go into the deep sea, you are going to carry an oxygen cylinder. In that, if you take an air, nitrogen is not soluble in lungs on the earth's surface, but high pressure it is soluble. When the person is coming from the deep sea to the surface of the water, he experienced nitrogen bubbles are going to be formed in the blood vessels, and he experiences the internal bleeding. That is what is called as bend. So what I mean to say, partial pressure of the nitrogen is more in the deep sea. is more soluble and less on the surface, less soluble. So Henry's law के हिसाब से and mountainous high altitudes oxygen density is less, so the partial pressure of oxygen is less. So when we people inhale also, we don't experience, we don't feel comfortable because of the insufficient oxygen that is available. That is what is called as anoxia. Okay, this is explained on the partial pressure of the gas is equal to Henry's law constant mole fraction of the gas. You can say it's directly proportional. So here is also connected and here is also connected, and the better you explain and it gives you the mark in that way. So how does sprinkling of the salt helps? So sprinkling of the salt, non-volatile solute, addition of non-volatile solute decreases the vapor pressure and decreases the freezing point as well. This type of question is also there in the CBSE released sample paper, right? I strongly recommend it to read the sample paper that can give you directly 2 to 3 questions from there. And you can see, draw the structure of the major product that is formed here. Draw the structure of the major product formed in the following reactions. So this is the one, ethanol and heating is, जब heating देते हैं ना, elimination product आना चाहिए, so that dehydrohalogenation का हिसाब से आपका मिलेगा CH2, CH3 and CH3, right? And you can see Br2, this question and this question is there in the CBSE textbook. You are going to get the bromination at the benzyl carbon. It is going to be NO2, don't disturb it, and CH, and it is going to be CH3, and it is going to be Br. Free radical substitution के हिसाब से, right beta? That's perfect. Moving ahead. Yes, these are all the NCERT. So FeHCl, NO2 become NH2, CH3, right? And NaNO2 HCl 0 to 5 degrees centigrade. This is going to be diazotization, N2Cl, and it is CH3. Now you just heat it and warm with water. What will happen? It becomes phenol. So it is going to be CH3 and it is going to be OH. This is the answer for this question. Now, benzene diazonium chloride. Any reaction related to benzene diazonium chloride, CuCN को आपको मिलेगा Sandmeyer reaction. It is going to be CN, and it is a partial hydrolysis. You are going to get C double bond O NH2, and it is going to be NaOBr. And it is Hoffman bromamide reaction. I am going to get it as an aniline is the answer. Why late? All the reactions that we know it is there in the NCERT textbook, and we discussed these many reactions in the previous classes as well. बच्चों, कल से आपका NEET examination का फिर एक revision program plan कर रहे हैं हम, and you please follow this, and Monday onwards we will discuss very interesting things, topic wise multiple choice questions and topic wise noteworthy points. We will come back, and stay tuned to the session, and please follow our sessions and like the sessions, those who are online, and please and subscribe to Sri Chaitanya Academy Infinity Learn NEET YouTube channel. बच्चों, अगर कुछ डाउट है तो बच्चों any specific question number, because 3 घंटे का पेपर 3 घंटे ये सेशन नहीं रख सकते, and we'll just See which isomer of C4H9Br is most reactive towards SN1. It is there C4H9Br का 3 isomer possible होगा, and this is N-butyl bromide and isobutyl bromide and tertiary butyl bromide. इसमें ये प्राइमरी अल्काइल हैलाइड है, ये SN2 में अच्छा तरफ कर सकते हैं. Are you getting or not? Clear? And predict the alkene that would be formed by the dehydrohallucination of 1-bromo-3 1-methyl cyclohexane. Okay, so it is going to be, again it is NCERT question, right? Although chlorine is showing a strong minus I effect, but due to weak mesomeric effect, it is going to be ortho and para director. Now you can write this and show various resonating structures better, and this is the how it can be shown. Are you getting or not? Mahi, Ajdbe, Kumar, and like that we can just go ahead with this. Yes, and you can see, consider the reaction. Yeah, it is going to be the slowest step is going to be the key point. From the slowest step we can give the rate law, and from the slowest step we can predict the order of a reaction, and you can see calculate the vapor pressure of solution containing 61 grams of benzoic acid dissolved in 500 grams of benzene. I will tell you a key point here. When benzoic acid dissolved in water, dissociation takes place. When benzoic acid is dissolved in benzene, association takes place. Assume complete dimerization. So whenever complete dimerization takes place, I value सीधा 0.5 ले सकता हूँ. So we can say P0 minus PS by P0 is equal mole fraction of benzoic acid in molecular. I want a factor. Directly you can use the formula, you can get it, right? That's fine. Nice. And moving ahead, और एक चीज है, this is very important. COCl3 6NH3. Werner experiment is explained in the NCERT, and it said that 3 mole of AgCl has been formed. When 3 mole of AgCl has been formed, you can keep 3 Cl, okay, you can say CONH3 6 times, and 3 Cl has to be kept outside the square bracket. Okay, you can also say Cl3, and I want to say it is going to be IUPAC name, hexaamine cobalt 3 chloride, right? Hexaamine cobalt 3 chloride. How many geometrical isomers are possible in each of the following complex? You can see CO trisoxalate of chromium 3 ion, which has a cis, trans and optically active D and Li isomers. While here you can see geometrical isomers, FAC and MER can also be seen. FAC and MER can be seen, right? So students, and it is an inner orbital complex. Direct it is going to be inner orbital complex, outer orbital complex, spin only magnetic movement से आप hybridization निकाल के कर सकता, right? It is there directly, it is there in the NCERT का जो example C1 sp3d2 hybridization, right? Write the formula of Wilkinson catalyst. Triphenyl phosphine rhodium chloride is called as triphenyl phosphine rhodium chloride. Rhodium chloride, triphenyl phosphine PH3. So this is what is called as a Wilkinson catalyst. It is used in the hydrogenation of alkenes, bachcho. It is there in NCERT, formula nahi diya, okay, and it is there in D and F block catalytic properties mein, okay. Now moving ahead, why is direct current DC is not used in measurement of resistance of an ionic solution? Why? Because in the ionic solution, when you use a direct current, the electrolysis is going to take place, and so many complications are there. And to avoid that, DC is not used, a alternative current is used. Why the products of electrolysis different from electrolysis of AgNO3 silver electrodes and electrolysis of aqueous AgNO3 platinum electrode? अगर आप electrolysis करना चाहता हूँ, you have to use two different electrodes. One is active electrodes, another one is inert electrode. Inert electrode is an electrode which don't react in the electrolytic solution, like a platinum electrode, graphite electrode. Okay, whereas the active electrode is the electrode where you use the metal of the same electrolyte can be used. So in that you have to write the product here, and preferential discharge theory का हिसाब से inactive electrodes का and active electrodes, no preferential discharge theory can be used. Right, बच्चों? Clear? So why are magnesium blocks fixed is the iron pipelines carrying the water? Because of the cathodic protection and to prevent the corrosion of iron. So propane nitrile is treated with propane nitrile CH3 CH2 Cn. Okay, it is treated with phenyl magnesium bromide followed by hydrolysis. It is going to phenyl magnesium bromide. So pH MgBr followed by hydrolysis. So you are going to get CH3, CH2, C double bond O and pH. Ketone is going to be formed. Direct question from again your NCERT. Now parafluorotoluene is treated with, when you open your NCERT, ईटाड रिएक्शन के नीचे बेंजाल्डिहाइड प्रिपरेशन का ये क्वेश्चन दिया, and you are going to get benzaldehyde is the product here. Phthalic acid is treated with ammonia. You are going to get phthalimide is going to be formed just before this Gabriel phthalimide reaction. This reaction is given in the preparation of amines, right beta? Bacho. Now let's see here some more carbohydrates are optically active, case based question here. You can handle it. How do you explain the following? Presence of carbonyl group in the glucose. It is going to react with the Tollens reagent. It is going to react with the Fehling's reagent. It is going to react with the bromine water, so that it is going to be gluconic acid. Anything you can write. Presence of 5 OH groups in the glucose indicates when the glucose is treated with acetic anhydride is going to give the glucose pentaacetate, right? And what type of carbohydrates are called reducing sugar? The sugar which can react either Tollens reagent, either Fehling's reagent is said to be reducing sugar. And in the D plus glucose, what do the letter D and what does this positive sign indicates? This D indicates the orientation of this OH group in the 5th carbon of the glucose on the right side, while positive indicates the optical rotation. This D is, capital D is given according to Emil Fischer configuration based on the benchmark of these D-glyceraldehyde and L-glyceraldehyde. Why this Emil Fischer is given? Why only letter D? You would have given some number or some other configuration. So dextro ka and capital D ka 90% of the students has a lot of confusion. Bacho, don't worry, this is the actual meaning of that. Draw the 6-member ring structure of alpha D glucose. Everybody can discuss that. Okay, now look at this. So this is the one, alpha D glucose. Alpha D glucose. Okay, now you can see this is the structure of alpha D glucose. बच्चों समझ में आ रहे क्या? कुछ डाउट है ना तो? 56 3 by 1. It is 56 4 by 3 ka. N-gum. Right. Now, alcohols, phenols, acidic in nature. Write the mechanism of acid catalyzed dehydration of ethanol to yield ethene. NCERT book में दिया है पर. Sir, next solve 56 3 by 1. अरे सब क्वेश्चन एक ही है ना. Definitely will do that. Yeah, please, those who are online, please like the session, share with your friends. And why are tertiary alcohols resistant for oxidation? Tertiary alcohols do not have beta hydrogen. And you see, tertiary alcohols forms a stable carbocation, and it is going to, as they have the beta elimination and they undergo elimination preferably than oxidation. Okay, ये ऑक्सीडेशन करने के लिए OH ग्रुप है ना, इसी अल्कोहल जो है, इसी in that you have to lose these, there is no hydrogen on the carbon of the alcoholic group, so that this and this can be eliminated so that it can be oxidated. And here write the structure of major product expected from the dinitration of 3-methylphenol. 3-methylphenol, it is there in the NCERT. 3-methylphenol. So dinitration करने के लिए आप कहाँ कर सकते हैं? And NO2 and here NO2. Yesterday only I was discussing about this. Okay, you got this wonderful, you see, direct questions from the NCERT. It came direct questions from the NCERT, right? And moving ahead, why is orthonitrophenol is more acidic than orthomethoxyphenol? Orthonitrophenol, electron withdrawing group increases acidic nature, and methoxyphenol, methoxy group is electron releasing group, decreases acidic nature. It is there in the NCERT, direct NCERT beta. And you can say how you will bring about the following conversion: bromobenzene to 1-phenyl ethanol, bromobenzene 1-phenyl ethanol, 1-phenyl ethanol, bromobenzene. And you can use in the conversion, this is not a phenyl, 1-phenyl ethanol means this is the one, CH3, and it is going to be perfect. It is a secondary alcohol, and this is a bromobenzene. So bromobenzene, and I want to make it magnesium and ether, and I got, okay, so magnesium bromide, and it is treated with CH3CHO and followed by hydrolysis. Grignard synthesis beta, Grignard synthesis, benzene to meta-nitroacetophenone. Perfect, it is there in the NCERT conversion. Directly you can go ahead with that. Okay, and moving ahead, arrange the compound in increasing order of their acidic strength. Nitro, CF3 nitro, it is 1, and it is 2, and it is 3. That is the order. And among all, formic acid is going to be the first. So you can directly decrease this order. And also write the product formed when the benzaldehyde react with the 2,4-ditetrahydrophenyl hydrogen. Nucleophilic addition reaction, 2,4-DNP. Acetophenone in the presence of dilute sodium hydroxide. The heating. So you are going to acetophenone in the presence of dilute. It is going to be aldol condensation. It is going to be aldol condensation. And give the reason benzoic acid does not undergo Friedel-Crafts reaction, because carboxylic group is a strong electron withdrawing group, deactivates the ring so that it do not undergo Friedel-Crafts reaction. Carboxylic acid is having a higher boiling point than alcohol, hydrogen bonding, right? Right, a simple chemical test to distinguish Propanol and a propanone, propanol aldehyde tolerance test, propanone ketone tolerance test is not given. Fehling's test will be given by propanol, propanone being a ketone, Fehling's test will not be given. So we have the equilibrium constant. E cell is going to be 0.0591 by n log Kc value, right? 21.5 पर पास कर ले गया, 21 को भी कर सकता, 21 को भी कर सकता हूं. Why? वशिष्ठा पास कर लेंगे, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं बेटा. And right anode cathode overall reaction of lead accumulator, anode lead become lead sulfate, right? Cathode you are going to reduce how much electricity is required to in the coulombs for the oxidation of 1 mole of FeO2 FeO3. उसमें +2 है ना, उसमें +3 है, so n is equal to 1. So 1 mole of electrons required. If 1 mole of electrons required, 1 Faraday of current is required, 96,500 coulombs. So like that you can say conductivity, it is there in the NCERT, direct NCERT question it is given. Acetic acid molar conductivity you can calculate by using, you can take sodium acetate plus HCl minus NaCl. If you remember, it is there in the NCERT book. Bacho, right? Calculate the cell potential of the following half cell. It is given directly. Again, it is there in the NCERT. And write the name of the electrolyte used in dry cell and fuel cell. In the fuel cell, hydrogen, in the potassium hydroxide is used. Aqueous potassium hydroxide is used. Right? So very good question. And MnO4 basic oil, Mn2O7 is acidic because oxidation number increases, acidic nature increases. Iron has a higher enthalpy of atomization than the copper because of the unpaired electrons D6 configuration. And Mn3 plus is strong oxidizing agent, it is there in the NCERT. Copper 3 plus, Mn3 plus say Mn2 plus, it can be easily converted because Mn2 plus has D5 configuration. And how do you prepare potassium dichromate? Directly from the pyrolusite. You have 2 steps, you can do it. Okay. And also you can see why chemistry of actinoids is more complicated, because it has so many oxidation state and poorer screening effect of 5f orbitals. And why M2 plus and M it is irregular? Because of this irregular ionization energies, irregular enthalpy of atomization, and irregular hydration energies. So identify the following: oxyanion of chromium which has a stable in more acidic medium, chromate Cr2O72 minus. Right beta? Why late so many? The lanthanide element has exhibit +4 oxidation state, cerium 4 plus. So write the product obtained heating of KMnO4 gives rise to MnO4, MnO2 plus O2, right? And also predict which of the following will be colored: colorless, colorless, green, purple, colorless. Right? Like that, so many questions are there, beta. And bacho, we had a very good session today, and I'm very happy to share this question paper on board, because before this we had a strategy session for the CBSE examination preparation, and we discussed this strategy worked. That's a good news. My dear children, I recommend you from Monday onwards we are resuming this NEET examination preparation. Come and join with us and do the best, and 2 months strategy for your NEET examination violate, and we'll meet again on Monday session. Thank you, and I am done for today. We'll meet with more stuff. Thank you. God bless you all.